Hello YouTubers, and thank you for coming to watch my video. Today I wanted to do this on frequency and the power of frequency. So first off, I want to talk about a professor that was from Germany. His name was Hans Berger. He was born in 1873 and died in 1941. He came up with this invention of the EEG, which some of you might have had this test done. It is a machine that has electrodes that go on your head in several places all over. And this is a machine that can read your brain waves and your brain frequencies. We use it for like sleep studies, and we use it for to see if we have epilepsy, and these are some tests that we are using the EEG. But he had invented this machine in 1924, and he decided that our brains have the alpha wave rhythm, which was the 7.88 hertz. Now let's move on to the next scientist. The next scientist was Winifred Odo Schumann. So we all know the Schumann residency. So he was a German professor, and he was born in 1888 and died in 1974. He was a professor that discovered that frequency was a part of the earth, and that we were all surrounded by frequencies, and the earth had a pulse, and the pulse of the earth was 7.88 frequency. The third scientist I want to talk about is Nikola Tesla. He was born in 1856 and died in 1943. He was an electric engineer. He actually invented a lot of things we probably don't even know about. That is top secret. He was a man that also used frequency and knew that there was the power in frequency. He had once in 1899, he had went into Colorado Springs, Colorado, and he had built this big, huge tower that was a transmitter, an electrical transmitter, which actually used frequencies. Okay, and then in 2011, there was a study done of water and DNA. So we all know that DNA is what we are all made of, and it is all building blocks of life. So in DNA, they took a test of the frequency of water, and they just put DNA in water, and they used 7.8 hertz, and they realized that it created life. It created another DNA. So with the frequency of 7.8, they created another DNA. So today's music, we have to think about it. Is it in 440 hertz? And what is it doing to us? When you listen to a song, is it making you feel anxiety? Is it making you feel depressed? Is it talking about suicide? Is it talking about killing? Is it uplifting? Does it help you in your everyday life? Sometimes we do listen to music to make us feel good, and sometimes we do listen to music to help us feel our feelings, because sometimes we can't express our feelings, so we use music to express our feelings. We either listen to music that will help us in that way, or we'll play music and create that music that helps us feel the way we feel. So what is frequency? Frequency is the measurement of hertz, and hertz is the number of oscillations of a wave makes in a second. So frequency is a billionth of a size of an atom, all the way up to the length of the universe. That is amazing. So let's talk about the human brain and what is in the human brain. So we have all got the same chemicals in our brain. So we have the chemical cortisone, and cortisone is found in the adrenal gland, which is a chemical that impacts your memory. It helps you learn. And if you have too much, though, it can cause stress. Then we also have the chemical DEA, which is an involuntary chemical that helps with our immune system. And our immune system is what helps us heal and rebuilds your blood cells. And your immune system is very important to your health. And another chemical that is found in our brain is also melatonin, which helps with our IQ, our memory, our concentration, and helps with our self-esteem. And it also can give you depression. So let's talk about frequency and what it can do to your thinking and to your brain. So we all have natural chemicals that I just mentioned. And these chemicals can make us react in a certain way if we have too much or too less. Instance of standing by somebody that is shooting a gun. That shooting a gun sends a frequency out that may scare you, or someone that screams, or to a balloon popping. And also, we sometimes use sounds to relax us, like the sound of running water or a waterfall or rain. And sometimes we listen to these things to calm us and to make us feel better. It is a relaxing frequency. So SI, International System Unit of Frequency, is on a scale of 1 to 50. And with 1 to 5 hertz is when you are in a deep sleep. And from 6.66 to 7.5 frequency or hertz is when you are relaxed or you're in a deep meditative zone. 7.88, which I mentioned earlier, is the clear state of mind, which is the alpha state. And this is the frequency or the hertz of the earth and the universe. 12 to 30 is when you are awake and you're moving around. And anything above 30 is when you are at your peak, when you are in deep, large amount of data, which would probably be like a gunshot sound. All right, so they say at 4.5 hertz, you go into a paranoia stage and it can cause cancer. And the 6.66 can be depression. And 11.3 is a manic rage, like you are very, very mad. So all of those frequencies are on the SI unit, 1 to 50, which is the International System of Unit Frequency. Now let's get into meditation, and let's talk about the frequencies of meditation and why we use them. So a lot of people use meditation to clear our minds or to de-stress us or help us go to sleep. We will listen to things that will help us calm our nerves and help us to feel better. So let's talk about those. And first, let's start with 396. 396 helps us take sorrow and grief and turn it into joy. 417, which cleanses our experience like from our past. If we went through something that was very traumatic and you listen to that, it will cleanse that energy from you. Then there is 432, which is what Nikola Tesla said that helped with the stress. And if you listen to something that is in 432, it will help relax you. And it is the natural sound of the universe and nature. 528 is known as the love note, which is natural frequencies, and it will help and it will repair. I said repair DNA, which is amazing. It is the love. It helps you find love. It gives you love. Then we have 639, which can increase your communication in a relationship and help rebuild a relationship. 741 is the power of self-esteem and cleanses all the toxin cells that you have. 852, it awakens your intuition and it brings you spirit. And then 963, which restores spirit and light of God. So all of these are frequencies that you can use if you want to meditate. Try to go into a room by yourself and just concentrate on that music and that frequency, and it might help you in a certain direction that you are needing direction in. So some say that 440 hertz is a frequency that will bring depression and anxiety. And some people say that it was adopted that we were to have all music that is 440 hertz because they think that it will bring us all in depression and give us anxiety and have these mental illnesses. Now, if that's true, I don't know, but it is something to think about. Let's think about this. Have you ever walked into a room where someone has a really bad attitude and you don't want to be around them because they are giving off a bad vibe? Well, that vibe is frequency, and you may have left because you don't want to be around that person that has bad energy, that has that frequency that's really low. If you have a low frequency, then it's probably depression or something to anger, or you have a bad vibration. Whenever you are happy and you are having good vibrations, you will have a high frequency. For instance, I went to school with a girl that has really high energy and she is constantly really happy. She's like a big ball of energy and she has a very high frequency, and a lot of people don't like her just because she has that big ball of energy in her and she has a high frequency. But I love her. She is adorable. She is a gift. Sometimes we need that high vibration to bring us up when we're feeling low. So let's talk about music that you may have not noticed that has a frequency that's pretty cool.
It's not always to have fun. It's not always to have fun. Sometimes it's to help people find themselves, because music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? I will hope before they go pull some negative shit out this conversation, they pull this part of the conversation, and they see that I'm really actually helping people, bro. Let me be detailed. At 15 years old, I was doing sound engineering, so I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. Now, I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? So there's kilohertz. There's hertz, kilohertz, megahertz, right? And then I think it's ultrahertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, right? You know what astral projection is? If I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that. I can make my music do that.
So now that you've listened to all of those songs that I've just played for you, I want you to think about what those songs that you liked and what they make you feel like. What did you feel like? Those are all songs that make me feel good. Like, those are like, oh yeah. And so those are songs that are played on 432 hertz. And you gotta understand, if you are a producer, you don't just stay on 432. They do rise up and down through the song. But the point is, most of the song is played at 432. And those are feel-good songs. So I want you to think about this and think about the music that you listen to, and think about, you know, the frequencies and your energy, and how you don't like to be around other people that have that bad low energy and that vibe. So think about this, and I hope you enjoyed my video because I worked really hard on it. So I hope to see you next time. Deuces.